Alright.
Alright, sync test. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There's nothing to sync to. God damn you, piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of... Alright.
I'm a fucking piece of shit. Oh.
Yes, you
oh,
are.
That was...
Okay,
double
Gage.
below the belt.
So, about 2 days ago, very important announcement happened. Something that we're both very excited about, or at least me, that you know about. So...
Well, I'm excited about it.
I am fucking stoked.
You're stoked, which is why you're doing this.
Yes. Wheel of Time was announced for a TV show. So, this happened because the rights for Wheel of Time have finally been released from Red Eagle Studios.
Uh-huh.
So, the thing that happened a while ago was that they bought the rights for like TV shows and games a long time ago from Harriet.
It was a long time ago. It was like, what, 10 years ago?
Something like that, yeah. And they were about to run out in like late 2014 or early 2015.
Yeah, their contract was almost expired.
And they do this really scumbag tactic in order to keep their rights. Because as long as you make something, you continue the rights for it.
Yeah.
And so they did a thing that was called a stealth pilot. So they just like poured something out of like the worst orifice that they can think of. And just like put it on at like 3 a.m. a short 30-minute
And we
special.
stayed up to watch it.
Yeah,
too,
we absolutely did.
Like all over our Facebook feeds.
Absolutely.
Like, is that a Wheel of Time pilot?
Uh-huh. The Winter Dragon. Holy shit, was that a piece of garbage. It was
the quality that got me.
The quality's really down. There were some good parts of it. I really liked the costumes.
Yeah, you really liked Loose Terran's outfit.
Yeah.
His suit.
It was really badass. And then, was it Billy Zane who was the bad guy?
I don't know. I liked his dialogue.
Oh yeah, no, his
lines are good.
He really
delivered them well.
The Ilyana!
Yeah.
Ilyana! Where are you, my love?
Oh, not him, the bad guy.
Oh.
Yeah. The
Who
bad
was
guy. I don't
Who was that? Demadrid? No, not Demadrid. Samael? No. Boy, we haven't read Wheel of Time in a long time.
Right, we didn't see that one in a while either.
So, anyway, that happened, and stealth pilot and everything. It's really a tactic just to keep the rights you have for as long as possible for whatever reason, in case you want to do something down the line. Some people argue that the original Spider-Man was the kind of like the movie version of the stealth pilot. Just throw something together, so we can keep it later.
Like the early 2000s Spider-Man?
No, the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh.
With the other guy who's not Tobey Maguire.
Garfield?
Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember the name. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
same kind of thing.
Yeah, where they just made a movie so that a different company couldn't get it. In this case, they did Winter Dragon just so Harriet couldn't get it. And that was really just a terrible thing to do. Even she was a little bit pissed off. And
didn't she take it to court too, though?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah.
She took legal action to it. And the thing is, like, Red Eagle took reverse legal action because she made Twitter posts like, "Oh, how could this happen? This is terrible." And they
slander.
Yeah. They countersued with slander.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, they really want to drag this out. They want to make a deal.
Right.
The second I saw that, I was like, oh, they want money for this.
Well, she didn't have much of an argument anyway, because her whole thing was that they didn't talk to her about it. Like, they didn't, ask her for permission or whatever.
Which
about the pilot.
They didn't have to.
Which they didn't have to, yeah.
But
because
courtesy.
It was like a self-pilot. She's like, I didn't hear about it. I didn't endorse it. I didn't sponsor it. Nothing. I literally knew nothing about it.
And it was also a piece of shit, and that's also why she was mad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and just now, they've been going through a legal battle for a really long time. I've actually read some of the legal documents that they were going through because I wanted to keep up what was going on. And I also wanted to see the charges. And they did make a deal. She got the rights back. Everything was fine now. And she's saying that, okay, they had a good idea, though. We might do a TV show now with it. Especially now that I have the rights, I can sell it off to whoever.
Yeah.
So, speaking of selling off to whoever, who do you think would be a great company to take to a Wheel of Time TV show? I personally think Netflix would be all right if they had the budget.
Really? I was thinking not Netflix that whole time.
Really?
Yeah. Mostly just because I don't think like half the Netflix population will have read Wheel of Time or will know what it is.
I don't think most of the people watching it would have read Wheel of Time beforehand because it's not a very popular book.
Or it's not a popular novel, but the thing though is if it's because I mean, freaking millennials watch Netflix like 8 hours a day. It's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that like if it ends up being good enough, then it would probably make him want to go read the novels.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what happened with Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
It had a huge resurgence of the novels as soon as the TV show started happening. I feel like
TV shows really good.
Yeah. When they do something really good. So I think that maybe something like HBO Stars would handle it pretty well too. It's just that I don't think HBO will take it because they'll feel like they'll compete against themselves with Wheel of Time and Game of Thrones. Oh, we're doing 2 fantasy TV shows?
Yeah, I was actually thinking like Hulu maybe.
Oh, no, not
No?
Hulu. I've seen Hulu TV shows. They're bad.
Well, I don't watch Hulu at all, so.
Okay, yeah. No, I got Hulu because like anything that's not on Netflix might be on Hulu.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not great. Definitely not any TV network like ABC or NBC because they just won't have the budget for it. It has to be someone big.
We can just put it on the TV show that does Supernatural.
Oh God!
So it'll have a budget
So-
of like $1,000.
Yeah, and so nothing will ever happen. Yeah, that would be great.
There'll just be a lot of walking and them talking.
Well, they'll get through Winter's Heart just fine then.
Rand and Matt will just be angry. I'm gonna kill the Dark One. You don't know how to kill the Dark One.
Oh God, jeez. So, speaking of budget and all that stuff, that means that there's going to be a couple of difficulties turning this book into a TV show.
The fun part about this, actually, because I mean, they're gonna need characters out their ass. Mostly minor characters that talk for like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably gonna have like open rolling auditions for like everything, for just
Absolutely.
people to just stand in the background.
Absolutely.
Especially towards the end when they're just like constantly surrounded by armies,
Mm-hmm.
like all the damn time.
And like the parts where they go into the armies and they see just like families and children running around.
Uh-huh.
The heavily populated cities. Those are going to be great too.
Yeah, it's like you just stand in the background. All right, got it.
And like that's the
You
thing
can
that
volunteer
Robert
for that
Jordan
crap too.
Robert Jordan is really great at writing minor characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these minor characters had like these fantastic like backstories to them. Like I still remember that guy who was at the Queen's Inn, and he would always help Rand because he was like, "Oh yeah, you're a Queen's lad, aren't you? Oh okay, come on over here, we'll do this." There's a like Loyal's girlfriend who follows him all over the world.
Uh-huh.
There's all those northern warrior dudes who like follow Rand at the first part.
You lose for like $5.
Yeah, but they come back and you're like, "Oh, that guy! You're a hero!"
Uno
Yeah.
was the guy who came back with the eye patch and all the scars, and he was bald with the top knot.
Yeah, absolutely. There's really good, memorable side characters. That's why I actually
Well, the one reason you remember Uno is because he just
fucking swear
he
all the
curses
time.
right in front of the most powerful woman on the planet, and everyone's like, "Watch your mouth," and she's like, "It's actually rather charming."
Yeah, it was like, "No, I like this. Let's go. Let's get the shit rolling."
Right? And everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
Absolutely. Speaking of that though, that makes me think of like how great it's going to be to watch a fantasy thing, and I hope they stay true to the dialogue, because I will be annoyed. I'm always annoyed whenever I'm watching a fantasy thing and they say things like shit and fuck, and I'm like, guys, come on, those are modern swears. Show me the old swears. I love old English swears. They're awesome, and no one knows what they mean at first.
Yeah, but if you're gonna incorporate old English swears, you have to incorporate old English as
Phrasing.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And no one wants to write Shakespeare.
of course. Well, I mean, Wheel of Time gets surrounded by saying that there's like the old tongue language, and they get around it. But like all the blood and bloody ashes, blasted light, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be really great to see. But the difficulties this show is going to face is going to be things like how magic works in this universe, because men can only see men magic and women can only see women magic, but men can sense women's magic. And how are we going to see that in a visual representation?
They might end up just taking all of that out.
Yeah, there's good possibility that they'll remove
that's
it.
so difficult. Unless you have it like a perspective shot where you have it like the camera basically like is always like it basically like the scene is like from Rand's point of view or whatever, then like I guess you could do that. But I mean, still, unless they like actually explained it like in dialogue, then
I agree. They'd have to do a thing where they have a dialogue explaining it, and they do a lot of that in the book, so it won't be weird. Another thing they could do, I think it'd be a little bit of a cop out, but an easy way to do it is to have like a red tinge for like male magic and like a blue tinge for like female magic. That way, so you can see like, oh, okay, this is a thing.
That way, it's
only...
just a color difference. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, okay, that's magic that only the dudes can see. That's magic that only the women can see. Another difficult thing they'll have is all the monsters. All the monsters are pretty much going to have to be CGI because all of them are in intense action. You know, the especially the golem, which are just humans but like twist around knives and shit.
Yeah, golems will definitely have to. Trollocs, you can costume Trollocs.
Yeah, Trollocs can totally be practical action,
like, no problem.
But there's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah, well, that's why you just do the 300 trick. You just make like 5, and then you just copy paste them.
Okay, yeah, that's a but for like the rockin',
the birds.
No, the giant lizard dragons, rockin' and toe rockin', that the Shan use.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the thing that, like that's I pictured
The bat
like,
thing.
No, it's like the super sludgy thing that like clawed open Matt, and then he like came up and bale fired him or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It was like their like skin was like sludge acid or whatever.
Yeah, you're thinking of Darkhounds.
Darkhounds. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Those are gonna have to be CG. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely, and that effect is going to be awesome. Seeing them make footprints in stone but not in mud.
That's like $1 million right there.
No, that could be done practical effects.
No, like, not just the just them in general.
Oh yeah. That's
because I imagine like the sludge to actually be like animated, so it's like swirling.
Well, like
and
they're just dogs. They're just dogs that like look black. They aren't really that magical.
No, I picture them to be like crazy.
Well, like their saliva should be like horrible and dark, like Pokemon muck looking kind of thing.
Yeah, that's actually exactly how I imagined them. Was just muck with legs.
Yeah. I actually imagine them like the even though they aren't described as such, I imagine them as the dogs from Devil May Cry 4, the ones with the fire shooting out of their mouth. So it'll be interesting seeing like something like that done in physical form, because he actually doesn't explain them all that well. He just kind of says that they're black dogs.
Yeah.
With like red eyes.
That kill you like hella fast, because they killed Matt like instantly.
Oh yeah, no, like there's only
Matt popped his head out the door and he's dead.
There's only like 13 packs of them, and there's like 9 to a pack.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're super powerful and they're super rare. In fact, we only see them near the end, so you only get to see them.
I remember the one time actually.
I remember 3 times. There's the one time when Matt gets hit by it, and there's a time Perrin fought them, and then there's the near the end where Perrin fought them again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll get.
If it has the budget of Supernatural, we're fucked.
Oh yeah, we are fucked. That's what I mean. It has to go to a company that has a good budget to it. Additionally, another difficulty they're going to have is like the reality bending stuff that happens. You know, where for example, the part where Moghedian goes to the boar, and on the way there, she's with the Mydrall, who has open space above his head as he's walking through a cave, but she's walking through and is tearing off her clothes because she has to crawl on all fours.
Oh, that's easy.
And they're right next to each other, though.
No, that's easy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you can make, essentially what you do is you just shoot it twice and then you just overlap them. So you would shoot one of like her crawling like through like a cave or whatever, and then you would shoot another one of him with a ton of headroom, and then you just overlap them. And you seriously, you just boom, put them side by side.
Okay, you make it sound easier than I thought it was going to be.
Well, I am a film nature.
Additionally, like other reality bending stuff, gonna be like the scenes where they're in the dream world.
I was gonna say, yeah, the entirety of anything in the dream world is gonna be insanely hard.
Yeah, where they're just like popping in and out of like locations, and they're teleporting all over the planet, creating things out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gonna be big money shots. So that's
well, actually, The hardest part I was thinking was the fact that there's like lighting from everywhere but nowhere, and the eyes that are constantly watching you.
I feel like they'll just skip over that.
Well,
part.
I know. But those two things are like they are going to skip out, and it's going to make me feel bad. But as for just like them, just
I bet you anything the light stuff, they're just going to put a filter on the video. You know, because you can do that where you have like regular lighting, you put on a filter, and the shadows are like dimmer. Yeah,
I don't know. But the thing I was thinking of though is them just like teleporting, creating crowd. I mean, teleporting is easy because it's probably going to be done on a green screen. So you just swap it.
Oh, but I hope it's not like bad green screen like in Star Wars.
Which one?
The 1, 2, and 3.
No.
Like you can see, there's entire scenes where they're like, you could tell that they're writing a green screen puppet, and then they're just in a room of green screen, and they're just pretending to like, oh, things are happening. Like where they act against each other with nothing happening. It's gonna be that'll be difficult. I hope they do as much practical effects as there is possible, and then everything else will just have to be like CG where the gaps are.
Well, yeah, but like them like creating stuff in the thin air, you can seriously just have it like pop into their hand. You know
Oof,
what I mean?
but that doesn't look great though. Have you seen those type of cuts in movies before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why you just cut it nice and smooth.
That never looks good.
Yeah, how else would they do it? Material forming?
That's what I mean.
Because that would cost a whole bunch of money.
Because I don't know. I don't know whether or not it should be done that way. If it's really good CG, maybe. Because I just watched Deadpool a million times before. That one has a mixing between practical effects and CG, and it does really well. Like Ryan Reynolds' mask.
Yeah.
He's actually wearing a mask, but they CG on expressions onto it.
Yeah, his around his eyes and cheekbones. Yeah,
yeah. I'm like, well, that's really good because
it's a good way of hiding it too.
And they also hyper stylize the scenes where he's fighting, so it looks like it isn't uncanny. So like those moments in the dream world, they can make it like a hyper stylized and like almost blurry fashion, so where CG wouldn't look bad.
Yeah, well, the fights wouldn't be too bad. I mean, the parts where they're just standing there talking.
Yeah.
You know, and things are just like flickering in and out.
And like they're just all of a sudden in a new dress. The dress stuff, that's probably going to be cuts. You know,
yeah.
Like, oh, hey, I'm a new dress. Okay. I actually hope that they don't.
It's so easy to make that bad, too.
Actually, no, what I hope they do for a lot of that is like they show the character, they cut to another character, cut back to the same character, they're in a different outfit.
See, that's a good way of disguising that. Yeah. But if they just like have a person and then cut to it yeah, no, just them teleport like 2 inches to the right.
Oh,
that's
man.
What's bad.
That's
what's bad.
You know what that reminds me? You want me to ruin every sitcom for you ever? Ever notice that scene where someone walks into a sitcom or like through the door, they get to cheer? Every single time they walk into the room, they will look down because there's a piece of tape for them to stand. So they're like, "Hey, everyone, hey." And like I imagine that's what's going to be if they do the pop thing. It's just like they're just going to have a tape thing and they have to look down just to make sure I'm here. All right, so this scenes. What do we hope to see?
All of it. Every chapter is an episode.
God
60
damn,
episode season.
That'd be like a 20-year show. Like, god damn.
Well, I was thinking they're probably going to do a season of book, and even then it's going to be a 14-year show.
Absolutely, which I'm okay with, actually.
Yeah, but goddamn.
It'll drop off about halfway through, because halfway through it gets super fucking boring.
Yeah, well, book 4 sucks. And then basically everything from like, 9 to... Well, no.
No. For me, it's
5
6 to 9.
Yeah.
Is the really low point.
Yeah, 5 was really good, and then 6 through 9 just died.
Well, yeah, because
I get all 3 of those books just like mixed.
The coolest moment happens in 6. That's Dragon Reborn. That's Dumais Wells, which is a scene I really, really want to see.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. I hope the scene with Ashaman, rolling ring of earth and fire. I hope that is just like a powerful moment of just like horror. I want that to be a horror scene.
I'm pretty sure they'll do the power moments really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Another scene I really want to see is really powerful moments with the teleporting guy, where he says, Lews Therin went up to Dragon Mountain, created it out of his shame. his rage still burns, and he opens up a gateway, lava pouring out all over thousands of Trollocs, and he's just like, ugh, power. It's so really great.
The parents fight at to the Two Rivers would be good.
Absolutely,
because they could have plenty of setup for that, and all the setup can be shot out screen.
I want that scene to actually be like a season finale, of just like the last 2 episodes of a season being just
That'd
like
be cool.
It starts off with Isam, and you just see this horde of blackness just flow over them, and all these regular people, you know, farmers, men, women, and even children just picking up swords and pickaxes and going, let's rock, motherfuckers.
And then the episode ends.
Then the episode ends. Next episode starts. They're in the middle of the fight, and the whole episode is just the entire fight. Like an hour-long thing of just, like, blood and gore. And then, you know, at the end of it...
you start it with them just charging and then impaling themselves on the pickets. And then crawling over each other.
Yeah, I hope they take, like, lessons from Lord of the Rings. Like, their big old battles there, where they just have people just impale themselves on the thing, and then they run over each other's bodies. That's going to be great. Although, that's going to be another difficulty, because the Trollocs are going to have to be, like, twice the size of regular people.
Yeah, you're going to have to,
So... they're probably, the actors for it are probably going to be like on stilts and then in like very bulky costumes if they're going to do practical effects.
Yeah. Although for that, they might just CG it.
Probably. Kind of like how Lord of the Rings did as well.
Yeah, because Lord of the Rings fights are very CG'd.
Yeah.
The big fights that where they pan out.
Yeah. And then that's actually where they do the CGI the best, because you can't tell because they're so far away from it. It's like, things are happening.
Yeah.
That reminds me, Loyal's going to be a very hard character to cast and everything, because they could go the Game of Thrones route where they just cast someone who's super huge. But they describe him as being like 3 meters tall.
Yeah.
And he like dwarfs even horses, and he like breaks chairs and shit. So I think that they're just going to do minor makeup things, like give them ears and hair thing for Ogier, because like even though they're described to look dramatically different from people, I don't imagine them as such. I imagine them just look like big people. Additionally,
I never imagined them as like giants either. I just imagined them like a head taller than like Rand. Really.
They're fucking massive.
Yeah, they're enormous.
That's another scene I want to see. Is Rand in the house where he breaks open the window and he does the fire rods.
Oh yeah,
and the explosions, and then the Ogier.
That's all
like,
late stuff though. You're talking about all the cool scenes that happened from like 10 on.
Oh well, no, there's a really cool scene in Eye of the World where Rand gets the pure power.
Yeah, and
he fucking destroys entire armies. We're just raw. And the best part about that is that I hope they have a way to show it in the video. But like, he has a sense of ego loss. He has so much power radiating through him that he doesn't know who he is anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, he doesn't have a sense of myself anymore. He has a sense of we. And he goes, and once he powers down, he's like, who am I? That's right, I'm a boy named Rand. And who's that? That lady's named Moraine, and she's Rand al'Thor's friend. She's my friend, and he's like coming back to himself again. Ego loss is a very interesting thing that happens. It's usually only described in LSD trips or like near-death experiences, but the idea of that you just kind of don't see yourself as a single being at that point, that's going to be hard to transition, but I really hope they can do that well, because if they manage to do something like that,
well, I'm pretty sure what it'll be is like they'll probably just do like his big old like raging power thing, and then he comes back up and just like, where am I? Who am I? He's just like really disoriented.
Well, like he doesn't have memory loss.
You know what I mean? Though.
Yeah.
Because they could treat it like memory loss, only just do it with the ego thing that will work.
Oh, another great scene. Lanfear. Moraine and Lanfear. How great is that going to be? Because, like, the second Lanfear learns that Rand slept with Aviendha.
Oh, yeah.
And we both talk about how we pretty much imagined it exactly the same.
Yeah.
Where she's, like, they're just at the docks here. What? And then, like, a cabin explodes and the pieces freeze in midair.
And she walks on them.
And she walks on them.
With some dude's skin.
Skin flayed. Just, like, holding it like a coat or something. Just like, Randolph Thor, you are mine! Or Luce Theron.
That one wouldn't be hard to do either.
No, it wouldn't be hard to do, and it would be amazing. Another one I kind of hope that I really like is Matt finding the golem. Mm-hmm. Those are going to be really cool, especially the scene where he does it the first time, where he realizes his fox head medallion works on it. Because how I picture that scene is, for some reason, it was animated to me, because it seemed more stylized there in my head, and like, it's a very dark room, and you see like a glint of sunlight coming through it, even though it's night. Moonlight coming through like a hole in the wall, and you see the silhouette of Matt, but you see the fox head medallion in like a bright white color, and you see him start spinning it around, and it creates like a ring around him, and you see also like his teeth reflect too, so when he smiles, just darkness, and you see a smile and then a circular ring and the golem going, oh fuck, oh shit, I'm ruined. Another one I want to see is Nynaeve versus Moghedien, because for some reason that scene was really interesting to me, because they weren't doing anything. They were fighting purely with the power. And so they were pretty much just standing stationary, staring at each other. But the whole time there's like power axes and swords and stuff flying at each other. I imagine how they would do that scene is like there's a maid walking past and just seeing two women staring at her. Huh, weird. And then you see like the silhouettes of like axes and swords and shit like flying at each other, like trying to cut. Like, God damn it, die, bitch!
But they could just do it as Harry Potter. Just, I'm staring at you as hard as I can.
Oh God. Oh man. So the character plot lines. We can't do the entire book.
Yes, all of it.
Everyone. That would be way too much. Who are we okay cutting out? Because we're gonna miss some character development. That's inevitable.
Well, how many does Game of Thrones have?
I don't know.
Because, I know they, like, slowly kill them off. But you don't watch it.
No,
get on it.
No, it's just, I can't.
You need to watch it.
I feel like the porn in it's gratuitous. I just can't handle it.
Literally everyone says that. Like, even the people come out and they say it. Like that.
Yeah, because, like, speaking of Wheel of Time, like, there is sex scenes in Wheel of Time, but, like, there's all seem very... I think. No, dude, there's, like, 18.
Oh, well, yeah, with Matt, there's like 18, but...
No, like, Perrin has 5, Matt has a few, Lan has a couple, and then, Rand, of course, has, like, 3 or 5.
Yeah. I just remember Matt having, like, 18 with, like, one chick.
Oh, yeah, that Aiel chick. Oh, yeah. Man.
The queen lady or whatever.
No. Oh, yeah, the queen lady, yeah, of course. That's basically like a porn waiting to happen.
Yeah.
But the Aiel girl who's just all up in Matt's shit. It's kind of amazing how like raw she gets him. But like in Wheel of Time, I feel like all of it has a purpose and all of it's classy and like none of it's just like sex for sex's sake.
Yeah.
A lot of it's always like, oh, this is character just having a downtime with another character and they're having sex. And whenever I watch Game of Thrones, because I have watched like, I don't know, 10 episodes maybe altogether, a couple with you. I tried watching the first season by myself and and a couple at home when my brothers were watching it, and just every time a sex scene happens, I can't have, why is this scene happening right now?
Yeah.
What purpose is this scene?
And well, one of them actually in Game of Thrones makes sense because they're just like, they're on a ship headed from one place to another. So it's like, yeah, they have some downtime. So it makes sense.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, oh, he just hired a girl. So yeah, why not?
Well, no, I thought you were talking about like in between two characters. Like character development of like.
It's just for one guy. Because Game of Thrones is super sexist. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would have really enjoyed it if like they had that type of thing where a character's like, oh, well, what do we do now? Kind of thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
But, no, character-wise, though, to get back on track.
Okay.
Yeah, because Game of Thrones, I mean, they switch perspectives. I mean, even in, like, the first book, they have, like, 10 different characters at first that they just switch between.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I remember counting it. Like, the major characters in Eye of the World alone is about 13.
Well, Eye of the World would be really easy, too, though, because that's just, you just split that into 3 different plot lines.
Yeah, you follow Rand, Matt, and Perrin. Easy. And you, like, do an episode each.
Well, because Rand and Matt are together, and then I think Perrin is off on his own little lolly world.
With Egwene. He has Egwene with it, yeah.
No, I thought Egwene and Nynaeve stuck together.
Nope.
In Otherworld.
Oh, they do. They meet up later because Perrin kills the White Cloaks, and then they meet up with.
Right. Because I mean, they break into 3 major groups, so it wouldn't be too difficult.
And then Rand and Matt are traveling.
Rand and Matt are together, yeah.
But for the rest of the series, I feel like if you jump for them for the major parts, and then like cut away for specific scenes, like for example, the parts where like Rand is off trying to find Choden Call, and Matt is in the city of Dubai.
Well, actually, with Rand though, it'd be really stylistic too if they did cut out a lot of his shit.
Yeah, because
it would make it more mysterious, and we just would have like no idea what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden, he just like appears with Choden Call, and everyone's like, "What the fuck did you just do?"
Absolutely, I think cutting out a lot of the main character would be a really good idea because he's always surprising characters with his things like, "Haha, I've got you this time," and you're like, "What? How?" And if we don't know anything of how he got some of the stuff, like he just shows up at Choden Call. Well, I mean, we see him get it because he has to fight one of the Forsaken for it. Jeez, I need to have a list of names in front of me for this.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially the Forsaken. They all, like 3 of them just mashed together.
Absolutely. Because like so many of them just die right off the bat.
Well, because I get Samael, Demandred, and one other dude mixed up like all the time.
Oh yeah. The main guy. Because I know the main guy goes by 3 different names.
Yeah.
And I can't remember any of them.
Then there's Padon Fane too, which
more death,
yeah.
I feel like we could actually do a little bit less of Padon Fane.
Yeah.
Have him show up every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with cutting him out because especially his ending seems very anticlimactic. So just having him as
I
like
actually don't even remember his ending.
Okay, so
I just remember like the beginning and like some of the really cool like middle crap.
All right, so I'm gonna remind you on his ending. Then he shows up at Tarmangaiden. He wants to kill Rand. Matt gets stabbed by his death smoke thing.
Yeah.
And Matt falls down. And Perrin's like, no! Cut to Padon Fane's perspective. He senses Matt. And he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to make sure he's dead. He walks up to him, and Matt turns around, gets up, stabs him in the throat, and says, you know what? How immune systems work, Padon Fane? After you've experienced evil once, it works less or something like that. Yeah. Basically, he's immune to his death smoke. Is what he's saying.
No.
And he stabs him with the ruby dagger.
No.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's totally anticlimactic. So, yeah, I feel like a little bit less of Padon Fane. I mean, I don't say write him out entirely. Just have him as, like, a side note. At best. Like, he's a B tier character. I think make him D tier. And we'll be totally fine with him. I feel like a lot of Perrin and Fael could be cut out. Even though Perrin and Fael is probably my favorite character plot line throughout the entirety of it. A lot of their plot line is half step, like kind of slow pacing.
Well, yeah, but that would be well, actually, just a lot of Wheel Time is incredibly slow pacing, so you could just write out a lot of their later stuff actually, because like I feel like once Perrin and Faye like get together and then they do the Two Rivers thing and then basically like everything after that.
Yeah, everything after that with them you can cut off except for the part where she gets kidnapped.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
bringing them back in at that point.
I absolutely love that story too because Fael knows Perrin's going to try to save her, but she's going to try to save herself before Perrin gets there.
He does, yeah.
Because she's like, he got it. He doesn't respect me enough to make me save myself. That fucking asshole. I'm like, that's marriage for you. So Perrin and Fael is my favorite love story in that whole thing. Even though like Min is my favorite romantic character. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay.
Because their story is your favorite, but Min's your favorite character, like romantically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, And then sexually, Avienda is it's like, oh man, Avienda is super hot. I feel the same way about Avienda as like I would someone like Ronda Rousey. Like, oh man, she's incredibly tough. She's smart, and I respect her a lot. Man, would I like to court you. But I would be terrified.
She'd whoop your ass for saying the word court too.
Yeah, I know. I'd be terrified of her the whole time. Like, oh god, how's she gonna? Yeah, the way Rand describes her is that every day with her is a fight. And when she's not around, I miss that fight.
Yeah. Well, Avian is actually another one too that you can just kind of rat out mostly, except like her like romancing Rand. I feel like, but I mean she has a lot of like stuff that she really just doesn't do. Like the whole part of her getting to a wise one. There was like 4 whole chapters of her just like I don't know what to do.
Yep, absolutely. Write that out entirely. Just have maybe a scene of her just getting her shit handed to her. And then being like, I can't handle this now. And they're like, yep, you're a wise one now.
Yeah. Just cut 4 chapters down into one scene. Yeah.
Absolutely.
1 5-minute scene. Go.
And for Avienda, have the scene where she saves Egwene and Elaine. And then for the rest of it, don't like have any of her perspective. Just have her as like the side character following Rand.
Yeah.
And then have the romance character and then show more of her like perspective.
Another one I actually feel so I feel like they need to move Avienda way down the list, but I feel like they need to bring Bridget way up the list.
Absolutely. So okay, yeah,
Bridget they need to like almost completely write out Avienda.
Or no, actually we're pronouncing it wrong. It's Brigitta.
Brigitta.
Yeah, I know. I read the audiobook and I'm like, oh, I like Bridget better.
Yeah, well, because Bridget is an actual thing.
Yeah, but yeah, like oh man, her story is so good. But there is a lot that can be cut out with her.
Really?
Because she talks about the past so much, and the past does not matter.
It's interesting.
It's super interesting.
Why. I feel that's why she needs to be there, because she's such a unique character that has such an interesting, different take on everything.
Yeah, she has a connection to the past that doesn't exist. Yeah, in a way.
And her memory is slowly forgetting, or slowly lessening. So she's like, I can't remember my dude anymore. Like.
Oh, and the conversation he has with Matt in Old Tongue.
Yeah.
Old Tongue is going to be difficult for a lot of the actors to learn. You know, because the Avise def Sidoya for let's toss the dice.
Well, because, I mean, they did Elven for Lord of the Rings really easily.
Yeah.
But what they could do is they could just, like, make it English, and then everyone's like, what were you guys saying? Like, you were speaking Old Tongue.
I think they should actually just say Old Tongue. Like, they do it a lot in the audiobook that I listen to. But the thing is, the 2 different readers pronounce the words differently. So they're going to have, like, a unified, like, enunciation of it all. And then...
just bring in Harriet to just do their phonetic alphabet.
Speaking of, yeah, I think Harriet should have... I don't think she'll want to. But I think she should be there for at least a little bit of it. I mean, like, when we saw her at Vegas, like, she looked tired.
She did. She was exhausted, yeah. She was done.
And, like, yeah, not the tired that, you know, had a bad day. Like, no, the tired that she's had a long week, a long decade.
Yeah.
You know? So, I feel like she should be there, but if she doesn't want to, I understand. Let's see, Brigitta. You know what? I think a good actor to play Brigitta would. I mentioned her before, Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda Rousey would be a good Brigitta.
Brigitta, really?
Yeah. Because like this super tough looking like a blonde girl.
I feel like she would just have to be an ale, really. More so.
No, I actually think in Aiel we should get Pakistani actors for, or Arabian something, like because. They all have like this dark skin. They look dramatically different from other characters. So I feel like they should get someone like Middle Eastern to play those characters.
You could just do Native American too, really.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't imagine them as Native American. Native American's too dark skin. I ever see like a girl who's like mixed breed.
Like mixed Native American?
No, mixed Middle Eastern and then Caucasian.
No, actually.
I have a friend. I'll show you a picture of her later. That's exactly what I picture that you'll look like.
Oh, okay.
Just dye their head with like a hair with like a red tinge.
Because I actually did picture them Native American. Really.
Okay. That's the one problem though, is that the dark skin with the red hair is going to look weird. Unless they have it like very subtle.
Yeah.
And as far as other actors go, Rand, Matt, and Perrin have to be like randos that we've never heard of before.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of these people actually have to be like that. Really.
Absolutely.
Like all of the Forsaken.
Well, I think the Forsaken, because we have Billy Zane play one of them, and he did a really good job. I think a good established actors would be good. Like, we're definitely not going to get a bunch of A-listers that we're going to think of for these.
Well, that'll tone the budget down too. Though,
absolutely.
If they don't get A-listers.
We're going to have to get, unless, someone really likes the book and like, hey, I want to be part of the Wheel of Time series. Because there have been people who've done that kind of thing. Like, take a way low paycheck just to be part of something.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I can't remember his name. He like super wanted the role in Wolf of Wall Street, so he accepted like it for like $50,000 or $60,000 or something.
Are you talking about Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Jonah part down. I couldn't remember his last name.
All right.
But yeah, he wanted the role so flippin' bad. He accepted his salary as $60,000 for filming.
Okay, yeah.
He wanted it just that damn bad.
Yeah. So
they're like, all right, fine.
I don't think there's any like good predominant Wheel of Time fans out there that I can think of. But if any of them become fans and they want to join on, because there's sometimes characters where they change appearance, and so they could show up for like a cameo if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think a good character for Nynaeve would be Rey from Star Wars.
Just because she already had the braid going on.
Well, no, I was thinking of like, well, she's good at like shouting and she's good at like aggressive stances, even though she was very passive about those moments where she was aggressive. I thought like, I'm thinking Nynaeve here, and her like big old forehead. I don't know, for some reason that fits to me because Nynaeve's long braided hair the entire book series.
Yeah. Which is actually why I thought Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman would be really good, because she does have that bigger forehead. And she is a more serious character.
But she's a Middle Eastern, like I was saying. I think she'd be a good Aiel.
Yeah, but she has like way light skin though, because I imagine
no, she doesn't. It's pretty dark.
Batman?
Yeah,
I didn't think so. It's not normal.
Oh no, it was way darker than everyone else. It was probably because the entire movie was just like a dim gray.
Yeah, the movie had pretty bad lighting. Yeah. But even like at the party scene though, she seemed pretty.
And her accent is pretty thick, so I think she would probably either have to be a noble or a foreign person in one of the. Yeah.
Still though,
unless she like really tries to play down her accent. Another character I think would be good. You remember Hit Girl from Kick-Ass?
Yeah.
Chloe Moretz.
Yeah.
I think she'd be a good Elaine. She looks young enough to do it. She's like what, 21 now?
I don't know actually.
I looked up her age the other day for reasons. And yeah, I looked at it, was like, oh, she's 20. I'm like, that she looks way younger than she is, and Elaine is like probably the youngest character in the entire series aside from like Tuan. And she looks like that kind of babyish and kind of bitchiness.
Tuan is a baby,
yeah. The bitchiness of Elaine, I feel like Chloe would get. I can't think of anyone for Tuan. I think they're going to have to find someone new for her as well, because she's really young.
She's really small.
And she knows martial arts, so they're going to have to find like a martial arts.
So yeah, Hit Girl. Wow, bam. You just hit.
I don't know if she'd be okay with shaving her head.
Just get some Asian. Just some Asian.
You know what? Shan-Chan could be Asians.
Yeah, they very well can be.
Because they have very Asian culture to them.
Yeah. All I could think of.
And the way they slur their words sounds, almost like very Japanese. And they have the doors, the paper doors that Japanese have. So yeah, I think it would be okay for all of them be Japanese. So, oh, you know what? Tuan could be the girl from Pacific Rim, Makoto. Kusanagi.
I'm not remembering the face at all.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll pull up a picture
Okay,
later.
yeah. More pictures, yeah.
In fact, I can pull up a picture right now of her. So, can you think of anyone else that you'd like for it to be?
For Tuan to be?
Or just anyone in general?
No, not really.
I think Lan should. I really want Liam Neeson to be Lan.
Of course you do.
Or Liam Neeson to play as Logain.
Mm-hmm.
Or Ravine.
Raven, yeah.
It's Ravine.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's Raven.
That's I know. We all read it as Raven, but it's like, god damn it, it's Ravine. That annoyed me. I'm like, Raven's a good name. Okay, here she is.
Well, because he takes like really good names and then just makes them not.
Yeah. That's what she looks like. I think
Okay.
that'd be an okay Tuan.
Yeah.
And just shave her head.
As long as she's cool with that, yeah.
I know, like, we have to find an actress who's okay with going bald.
Yeah.
There's a thing called bald caps.
Well, yeah. But I don't know if that would look good. Another character. I had a really great one the other day who was, one of my favorite actresses of all time. Crap, I forget her name, even though I've like say her name like twice a day. Ellen Ripley. Ellen Ripley as Elida. Eladia.
Elada?
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
The Red Aja. The bitch who controls the tower.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think, just have her gray her hair a bit. I think she'd be good for it. Additionally, for Catswain, I think, yeah. What's her name? Let me look her up for a second. Oh, cut this out.
Just have her be the chick that played McGonagall in Harry Potter.
Who?
The chick who played McGonagall in Harry Potter. Because she's supposed to be like older than dirt, dude.
I feel like this girl, whoever she is, let me find a picture of her. She's doing the old one in Doctor Strange. I feel like she'd be good for Catswain because she does look like that old, but also kind of young.
Snow Witch from the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. I just can't think of her name.
She was in Constantine too.
I'm
She was
Googling it.
Angel in Constantine.
I
noticed.
Here, I'm going to IMDb it. Snow Witch. IMDb.
You got this.
Ah,
You just open a new tab.
yeah. Come on, where's the... Okay, hold on. Okay, Tilda Swinton. I think Tilda Swinton would be a great Catswain. Because this, like... You know those scenes in Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe where she's, like, shouting at the children?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Catswain, who does that pretty much all the time, would be really good at that. Let's see, Lanfear, Sex on a Stick. Who do we think
That's
of?
a lot of characters.
Yeah, but no, Lanfear, like the most sexy character in the whole book. Who is that?
Really? You think? Well, she's supposed...
Everyone describes her as the most beautiful woman they've ever seen, ever.
I know, but Barrelane is a very close
Okay,
second.
all right. Barrelane is like honey sex.
Well, Barrelane, yeah, but Lanfear's got to be like crazy. I'll kill you sex.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Can you think of anyone who matches that?
Well, the whole point too is the whole crazy part is just all up to acting anyway. It's not really a look thing.
Oh yeah.
A
lot of hot chicks know that crazy.
Yeah,
tone.
I was actually thinking. Cannot remember her name, but
yeah, we have the power of Google on our hands.
Ah.
You pull it in.
She's from Game of Thrones, but I think she'd make a good Barrelane.
Okay.
Although she just doesn't have the bust for it, but that's still, I mean, it's totally fine because of the way she is.
Yeah. We're going. If Barrelane is going to have someone with huge fucking tits because like
that's her thing.
they're
Yeah, Natalie
falling
Dormer. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I know her. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, she's from. She does.
Yeah, she fits Barrelane pretty well in my mind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lanfear's going to have multiple actors too because she disguises herself a lot.
Yeah.
But
so
every time she describes herself, she's fucking hot as hell.
Well, that and when she's like just normal looking anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Ooh. You know who I want to be Egwene? I'm gonna look up her name right now. The lady in You're Next. Well, I'm looking up her name right now. Gosh, I should have done some homework beforehand on who I wanted everyone to be. So, yeah, Sharni Vinson. That's her name.
Who?
Yeah, that's what she looks like.
And you think she'd make a good who?
Egwene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought her acting chops were really good because she's like a very mellow character, and, you know, especially in Your Next, where she's like very quiet and subtle, but then as soon as shit hits the fan, she's like, "All right, come on, let's go. We're doing this. We're gonna put up crossbows. We're gonna kill these fuckers," kind of thing. And I feel like that's Egwene to a T. Yeah. Where she's like, "Oh, hey, all right, I'll listen to you, whatever you want to do." And then as soon as she gets power, like, "All right, let's take on the dragon. Let's go. We're going to Tarmogoyf, fuckers." Yeah. Like someone who can just pull this like timid to boss 180 kind of thing. Yeah. She had better hair in Your Next.
She just has really sunken cheekbones, and it's like really sunken cheeks.
Yeah.
And that's the.
Well, I think that's the makeup she's wearing in that picture.
Maybe.
Where ooh. You know what? I think I just thought of it. Another good character for Raven, Hugh Laurie, House.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just this kind of like silver fox type character. There's a couple of children characters, but fuck child actors. We're not gonna look up any child actors. Balsamon, we don't need anyone because he wears the mask the whole time.
Yeah.
Is there anyone? Do you have anyone? Do you agree with my Liam Neeson for Lan or Logan?
I was actually I did have one other guy I think could do it.
Really?
Cannot remember his name, but I remember
the
movie.
Power of Google, man.
I remember the movie.
Yeah, now we just need to fill time and air for you to Google through this.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, it was the dude who was in 3 Days to Kill, the main guy.
I can't see a picture of him.
No, I'm working on it. That guy.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Kevin Costner?
Yeah. I don't. I feel like he can match different. I feel like he can match most of the northern characters, the dudes who are like full on war. Because I feel like Lan has to be not only tall, dark, and powerful, but like a bit of like a handsome dude who isn't quite as old. I mean, you know, even with like hair dye and all that stuff, he still wouldn't quite fit Lan.
I don't know.
Because like, think about it. That dude has to mac on a 20-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Only she max on him, so.
Well, yeah, but still, like, I feel like he wouldn't be comfortable with it because he's like, "Oh, this girl's like my daughter."
I think that'd be super interesting, though.
Yeah.
If that were to like actually happen, just like you two, really, like the whole time, and they're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "No."
Well, like, see, every single person who, like, Nynaeve says, like, "I'm in love with Lan," they're like, you know, he's, like, super old, right?
Exactly, so it would work.
I feel like he could be maybe one of the other warders. Like Varen's warder, who's a total badass. Oh, you know what? Elias? Gareth Bryn! He could be Gareth Bryn! Kevin Costner could be Gareth Bryn.
No.
You know?
Who would make a good Elias?
Ooh. I can't think of anyone who's like gruff and bearded. Let's see. Oh, shit. I know I saw a movie just recently where someone was that type of character. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio did bearded pretty well, but no, not him.
No, yeah.
Has to be someone old and gray and bearded.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
anyway, they do need to have a good Elias though.
Yeah.
Like even though he's a very, very minor character.
Oh. Who was in that one Western?
That one was got it.
God
on
damn it. He had an eye patch. He was with a little girl with a ponytail. It was a remake of a really good movie from back then. It was actually kind of funny.
I have no idea.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. There we go.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I don't know why Jeff Bridges' name escaped me. I feel like Jeff Bridges would be an okay alliance.
I'm like,
Second you said remake, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the assist there. Jeez,
Jeff-
we are bad at names. This is just a saying that we're.
Well,
just...
I'm horrible at them. I don't know what your problem is.
Well, I just remember characters, and then I just don't care anymore after that. And I'm always annoyed because my parents, whenever we're watching movies, they goes, "Oh, isn't that Jeff Bridges? Oh, didn't he also play in Tron? Oh yeah, and he also played in that first Tron too. Oh yeah, he also played in this." And it's like, we're watching a movie right now. Why are you talking like that?
Right.
And so I just like have a bit of a distaste for remembering names for characters.
Yeah. Actually, I just had a weird thought. Do you think maybe Kate Winslet, if she had like longer blonde hair, would make a good Elaine?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I mean, there's a lot of blondes in it. I feel like Chloe would fit in pretty well for some of the characters. So I think either Kate Winslet or Chloe in there would be good. For Perrin, they're probably going to have to go for a wrestler. Truly.
Someone just enormous.
Yeah.
No, John Cena.
John Cena's man.
John Cena, the Wolf Brother. No, I was thinking like Joe Batista, like someone who's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like they make it look like Perrin can like lift up pillars by himself.
Well, he is a blacksmith. Yeah, he's just has those rippling shoulders.
Like the way they describe him, though, they make him sound like so much bigger than anyone else.
Well, width-wise, definitely, yeah.
Like,
especially Perrin describes himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm enormous, so I can't hurt anyone."
Like The Rock levels of huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, we'll get The Rock as him.
Like the body type of The Rock, but we're gonna have like a really, really white person, super, super white, and then beard. There's no one I can think of that really fits Fail's description of like fucking massive nose, but also really pretty.
Right? Big crooked nose, like raven black hair. Yeah.
I see some art of her, and I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but I don't know of anyone who looks like that.
Nope. I can't think of anyone. So like
that'll probably have to be rolling audition too.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find someone new for her.
Audition, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. The Forsaken, I can't really think of any because they all change their faces on so regularly.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Maryland. Who do you want, Tom Maryland? Think of an old person who is deceptively agile, but also really funny.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan? What?
I'm down. I like this idea.
Jackie Chan's
Just
Tom
throw
Maryland?
him in there somewhere.
I mean, I would like Jackie Chan to be somewhere in there for the fun of it, but I has to. We're big handlebar mustaches. Give Jackie Chan a white Fu Manchu. Oh my god.
We could always just have like a young guy and just dress him up super
No,
old.
I think we have to have someone old for Tom. Not someone too old. I think like we want to hit like 50s.
Well, yeah, because I mean he's got to last for the next 14.
Absolutely,
seasons.
yeah. Oh man,
That's why I was thinking.
how
a younger
bad
person.
would it be if someone died halfway through production of this?
Right?
Oh,
Cat Swain
Cat Swain
topples over. Well, she doesn't pop in until like 8 or something.
Yeah, so we don't need to cast her until the near end. But yeah, I can't think of anyone who's specifically like
nothing.
old enough to look regal, but also like a kind of like a bar-ridden, ready to go guy. Except for maybe like not Clint Eastwood. Who's the other guy who's in gruff movies a lot? The one Ghost Rider. Think Ghost Rider and the older Ghost Rider. The one with the cowboy hat.
Oh, yeah. The guy he was in Tombstone.
Yeah.
And he's in some TV show or something now. Yeah. Ghost Rider's master guy. Just look him up. IMDb.
Well, I mean, Google takes a while, and we need to fill time here for that. And
So
goddamn,
not Nicolas Cage?
No, no. Good God, no.
No.
Nicolas Cage's teacher in that one.
yeah, I'll look up his name. People put memes of him all the time
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah, because he was that old guy in Tombstone, and he did such a great job in Tombstone. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're looking at. He's not even on this first page. What the hell? Unless he's Tony Ghost Hawk, but I don't believe that.
Are you sure you got the right Ghost Rider?
There isn't a sequel.
2000. No, there is a sequel.
Oh,
but
yeah.
There's not like a prequel, like it's like an earlier one though, is there?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna look up Tombstone.
Tombstone and a bunch of pictures. That's funny.
Kurt Russell? No.
There you go, Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott. That's the guy.
Second I saw that name, I'm like, I knew it was familiar.
You know what? There's a lot of people in this cast that you could probably fit in a little time too.
Yeah, actually, a lot of those guys can.
Mm-hmm. I think Nathan Fillion would make a good Forsaken, but I don't feel like he would want to do a fantasy because he's a big. Why are you looking at me like that? You don't like Nathan Fillion or something?
No, I do like Nathan Fillion, but I think he's a better character in detective and mystery kind of things than fantasy. Yes, I know he was in Firefly and Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog.
Oh, Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog is great.
But he just doesn't strike me as a
I know.
super fantasy kind of a actor.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, but I feel like he would want to make an appearance for some reason. Even though that he doesn't like I don't know why.
Well, he's part of the geek squad of life.
Yeah. Yeah, if he shows up, Felicia Day is going to be right behind him.
Which I don't know where she would fit in this universe.
I know, I don't...
Anywhere.
Because redheads are, like, exclusively IU.
Well, no, because,
You're
the
right.
Tower Girl,
Yeah.
there's actually a lot of
You know what?
redheads.
Yeah, she could just be a random Aes Sedai. One of the, like, B-tier characters.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Just get the whole cast of Dr. Horrible on your Neil Patrick Harris.
Cast. I was actually going to say Neil Patrick Harris could be Tom Maryland.
No.
Just dress him up as an old guy.
Well, he is dressing up as an old guy for that Netflix show, Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
You saw those pictures?
Yeah, that's why I was like, huh, yeah. So you
Yeah.
just put a wig on him. There you go.
Well, I mean, yeah. She keeps petting my leg.
There you go. You feel better now?
Your hand is warmer than her foot.
Yeah. My hand's been places.
Oh!
I feel like Neil Patrick Harris could be what's the bard dude, this Forsaken who loves music. I can't remember him.
I got it.
Oh,
I got it.
Are you farting?
I might remember a name, guys. Hold on.
I know it's a really cool name.
Yes, it was Asmodean.
Asmodean. Yes, that's right. Because I was about to
all
say
I had to do was fill in the who killed.
That's what I was doing too. I was going, who killed Blake?
Yeah. I was like, who killed Raven? Who killed Asmodean? There we go. Got it. What are you doing with this phone? Stop it.
She just can't control it.
There you go. I tickle you, huh?
I think that horse from any movie ever could be Bella.
Oh yeah, she'd make a good Bella.
Man, they're gonna have to like try to keep the same horse because that horse lives all the way until the end. I'm kind of blown away of like all the people who die in this book series. The horse makes
just make
it.
her CG just because
Yeah.
she's going to have to live.
It has to be like a pony compared to the war horses that they get.
Right.
So, I think that's enough for characters that we're playing. So,
I had one more thought actually.
Really?
Yeah, because you were talking about like difficulties the show would face.
yeah.
The thing I was thinking of was how would they show like again with the whole magic thing? How would they show like individual weaves?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a ton of things though where they're just putting like layer and
Colors.
layer and layer and layer.
I think they're just like literal strands of like light.
Well, no, actually, if it just a weird thought. Because whenever I think of it, I actually picture like carpet strands that are colored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was
like-
going to be a problem at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought so. Especially with like parts where like what was the one part? It was like Avienda or Elaine or someone was like taking apart a gateway like one strand
at a time, and it was like super dangerous.
Yeah.
And
then it ended up exploding.
And it like melts away because it becomes unstable. I just imagine that as like,
Well, she was hella distracted.
Yeah, she's like pulling at like hair strands or
Yeah.
something, and like they're all
And there's like 1,000
vaguely different colored. Yeah, and it just like they all start to blend together and melt in a way. And
Yeah, and then she lost control of it, and it freaking just
like it would cost a lot to do that CGI wise, but you know it's the only real way to do it.
yeah.
But
Anyway.
so all this, looking forward to the future of Wheel of Time. Hopefully, this really opens up like a big fan base for Wheel of Time.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Wheel of Time is a crabby fan base.
Yeah, I know. It's so.
Like when we went to Vegas,
small.
they had like a library auditorium. There was like 20 people in there.
No, I think there's like 15 people total.
Yeah.
And all of them were hyper nerds.
Oh yeah. No, really.
Like,
well, they all looked like that stereotype.
Yeah, they looked like the stereotype, like backpack and khaki.
Except
and
the one
sunglasses.
like mom who brought like her 2 kids, and I felt like she just did it because it was like a family like outing kind of a thing.
And then there was me and you, just like we looked like a couple of dude bros in here, like, oh, look at this book. But then I asked a really insightful question that the entire audience or the entire like
Auditorium,
Harriet and
yeah.
everyone else was like, that was a real question, because the whole time people were like, oh,
what's your favorite character?
Yeah, what's your favorite character? Oh, what do you think Lan's favorite food is? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when I asked my question,
Bullshit.
I remember the exact expression everyone at that table had. It was like,
Uh-huh.
yes, let's do this.
Right.
Man, I wish we got there earlier so I could have asked more questions, because everyone looked so bored.
Really,
that
and it was really late at night too, and Harriet just looked exhausted. Like,
Yeah.
Like her bedtime was like 2 hours ago.
Yes, absolutely. Man, it was really nice to meet Harriet, too.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was like, man, I really wish I could have met Jordan when he was alive, because that man is my idol. I love everything about the story of Jordan, like, as a writer. Because even though I love Wheel of Time, I actually don't love the story as much as I've loved other stories. But I love the story of Robert Jordan more so than the book itself.
Yeah.
Because, this man who had a history, and he, like, basically put all of his history down into this, like, fantasy book, and his beliefs of honor and obligation and fighting against fate and respecting women. Like, I feel like Wheel of Time's a very feminist book in a sense.
Oh yeah, especially with the Gwyn.
Yeah, especially with Gwen, especially with all the Aiel.
All the spear maidens.
Oh yeah, all the spear maidens.
It's like, don't look at me, I'll whoop your ass. All right. Just 2 on.
Every culture that he runs into in that book series is always like, every single one's like, women are to be respected, and even when you're trying to be chivalrous, which is in some ways disrespectful, you're still trying to be respectful of them, because he served in Vietnam and he killed women. He wasn't very happy about it.
Yeah.
And like, I also love the story of him and Harriet getting together. Like, that's such a magical thing to me, because she's his editor. Mm-hmm. His wife was his editor, and I'm like, I want that in my life. I would so date an editor, because I want to write a book, and I want to be like, hey babe, what do you think of this scene? That's terrible. You're right. And going forward, like, I really hope that there's, maybe an animated series. An animated series would be easier to do.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I want to see games.
I actually thought that they had graphic novels of it too. I couldn't remember.
If there is, that'd be awesome. Yeah, a graphic novel series.
I saw like a graphic novel of Eye the World.
You know what? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was fan-made or what.
Either way. I flipped through it at Barnes & Noble one time, and it looked pretty good. So
that would be really great. Is like a full-on like artistic novelization of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would really love to see a Wheel of Time game out there.
Platinum makes it.
Platinum makes it. Oh man, no, nothing that like extravagant.
Well, because I would feel like you would have to like play like Avatar, unless you did like a Telltale series, maybe.
Telltale series would be kind of easy to do. I'm thinking something along the lines of like almost Dark Souls-y.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like not exactly Dark Souls-y, but like the slow pacing of that and its way the magic works into it. I think it would fit kind of well with Dark Souls.
It could just be become its own genre.
Yeah,
like
it could be
time genre.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like take lessons from the gameplay of Dark Souls and other methods of that. I would really like to see a more rounded out version of like a D&D Wheel of Time, because we both saw that book of D&D Wheel of Time that was made during like when Fires of Heaven was big, and it was a whole lot of nothing because a lot of it was non-canon.
Yeah, a lot of it was like, oh, you're just like heroes or whatever, buddy.
Well, no, like a lot of it like didn't describe the Aiel right or like the Ogier right kind of thing.
Well, that and it wasn't. I mean, it was. There's a lot of it too that was like you could do stuff that like didn't happen in the books. Like it was a lot of it was made up events and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, if someone tried harder, they could make a really good Wheel of Time.
That's why we should just make our own. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know how to make games. I mean, my neighbor Kevin, he wants to make a D&D type game.
Well, D&D would be easy. You just provide the story.
Like
the format's already there. You just write a story.
The mechanics of it, because we don't want to rip off D&D's mechanics, and there's so many generations of mechanics of D&D that a lot of them don't fit.
You just pick one.
You
pick one and then you mold it to it.
Yeah, for the purposes of like us and playing with friends, that would be easy to do. Is there anything else you want to see, like if this were to catch on like wildfire, that you want to come out of it?
No, not really. No. Can't think of anything.
I mean, we'll see a lot more cosplayers. I want an Ashaman coat.
I know you do. I
mean, like every time I look online, I see a
It'd be
coat.
Funny if
like,
Time brought the trench coat back.
Yeah, but I see like a big black coat with like buttons going up the side. I'm like, that's not a Ashaman coat. I want that. I want to put a sword and dragon on the side of it. Oh man. We would see a lot of cosplayers, but like the people would be like, "Why is that person wearing a trench coat?" I'm an Ashaman. Fuck you. So, someone who hasn't really read Wheel of Time has only experienced it vicariously through us. Like, what are your opinions on a TV show coming in, Emily? Great, I agree.
I just.
Use your words. you use your words, everyone. Come on.
You're ashamed of women everywhere.
Stop.
Oh, is that what I am?
Just stop touching each other for like 3 seconds.
Never.
We're a newlywed couple. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Just constantly.
Yeah, just smacking each other as one single being.
Yep.
But anyway, what are your opinions on this TV show?
Hold on. I'm ready now. Okay, go. Go ahead and answer.
Just stop. Hands off. Let her talk.
I don't know if I would watch it, to be honest. I know that you guys are really excited and there's tons of good actors and everything that's going to go into it, but I don't know if I would sit down and watch it for like half an hour for like the first episode or something, or an hour if it's a season premiere. Okay.
So are you saying you would watch like at least the first episode?
Just to see if it's any good. If it isn't, I'm just gonna trash it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a very fair analysis.
And if it were good, do you think it would like spark your interest to read the book possibly?
Maybe.
You've already kind of started reading the book though, haven't you?
Kinda.
Yeah, and she's got bits and pieces like from that road trip we did. We listened to a lot on the audiobook.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I remember any of it.
I honestly recommend the audiobook to anyone and everyone because like it's a really good performance. And audiobooks you could do while doing something else. It's really nice. You know, you're going around doing housework, put on an audiobook.
Well, there's that, and then there's just finding the time to actually sit down and process. Because when I do work personally, I zone so bad that I don't hear or really notice anything of my surroundings. So if I were to do that, I'd lose more than half the book and have to start back again. So it's easier for me to read because I actually get all of it versus an audiobook. Yeah. Because then I lose quite a bit of it because of the stuff I'm doing around.
Well, for me, I get distracted easily when I'm physically reading. I don't know why. Just like my mind, even though I'm like reading and my eyes are going across the page, my mind wanders. I'm like, damn it, I need to listen.
So no, it's actually easier for me to read than to listen.
Yeah, I get that. Any final thoughts about it? No? All right.
Not really.
Okay, yeah, Wheel of Time's coming out. Yeah, guys! Woo! We'll probably do something else about this again once it actually
years.
happens in, like, I don't know, 3 years. Because, like, there's going to be a year long of finding the company to do it, and then, like, a few months to cast it, and then, like, another, like, 8 months to actually record it, and then it comes out after it's done editing.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take a while to come out.
Yeah. But, once that comes around, we're going to get a whole new, like, second wind of hype. Our dicks are going to get huge.
Again.
Yeah.